Men who are well compensated and have been in positions of power do not like losing it. I remember Joan Collins, probably in her 80s now as an actress. She had a line once that made me laugh. She said, "It's much harder to age when you're beautiful." She said, "If you're average looking in age, it's not a drop-off." She goes, "When you're stunning and get old, it's really painful." Yes, there's a great deal of vanity in that quote. But the same thing is true for power. Once you've had it, you don't want to lose it. Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, they don't like having less control over kids. So Kirby Smart said this week, got to be careful about the name, image, likeness. He said, freshman, sophomore making $120,000 a year. He said, if you'd have given me $120,000 a year, my first year or two in college, I certainly wouldn't be the Georgia coach. So the insinuation is kids that have some money growing up don't work as hard. That's funny, but Steph Curry grew up with money, and Klay Thompson grew up with money. And a lot of the NBA stars had dads who were athletes. Same in the NFL. Kobe Bryant grew up. His dad was a pro athlete, grew up in Italy. He was the hardest working guy, arguably, for a generation. I don't believe the only people who work hard are people that don't grow up with anything. I mean, if you look at our political dynasties, the Bush family, you think it's easy being a president, a governor, running for political office? I don't buy it. The idea that if kids have money early, they won't work as hard later in life. There's just no data to prove it. The second thing is, I give my kids, and I have since they were fairly young, an allowance. Started with $20 a month, $50 a month. They get into high school, it's a couple hundred a month. College, it's even more. Why do I do that? Well, because I want to see how my kids handle money. And I'm fortunate. My daughter's always been a saver. She likes to travel, but she's a saver. My son, he'll buy some stuff on Amazon. He's a techie kid. He too, similarly, likes to save. So I trust them with money later on. And I'm also watching them develop an understanding of what money is and what money does. Could I not make the argument that so many athletes professionally blow through their first big contract, that the NIL is a protective mechanism? You give a kid $125,000 as a sophomore in college, yeah, probably going to buy a car, a lot of clothes, a cool watch. He'll probably blow through it, and then he'll go, wow, that dried up fast, and he'll have a greater understanding of money without literally blowing millions and millions. Money can be a weapon. It can be a teaching tool. I like the idea of the NIL being sort of baby steps into greater money for professional athletes. We've all seen the documentaries through the years. Broke, ESPN did that one about how many athletes are out of money. Many had never had money. They'd never had a financial advisor. They'd literally never talked to about it with a coach, a friend, an ally. NIL is baby steps into professional money, which, let's be honest, it's overwhelming. What would you have done? NBA, NFL, baseball player getting millions of dollars at 23. I know what I would have done. Bought an El Camino and put a kegger in the back and rocked all night long and been broke very quickly.